Hi everyone, I do not know if you can see me. I'm at the back of it. A truck in a forest in Mabira. We have just survived an accident, and we are trying to make it in this darkness. Wow, it's so dark here, you need to see. Of course, the whole conversation has been on the kind of driver who decided to save his passengers, because he would have thrown them, we would have thrown us in that hole. The story is the trailer before him stopped suddenly, and there was no way he could stop, and of course choices has to be made. If you look at the position of the car, he decided to sacrifice himself. I mean, there are other drivers who would move over to the other side and sacrifice the passengers on this other side. Those who have driven cars know what they do, but the guy decided to sacrifice himself, but he came out alive with no damage, like severe damage or anything, because all he had was like a tear on his hand. But from the video you can see how it was. In the car it was pure terror and chaos. You can imagine when you're moving and then suddenly you hear a bang. For us who like sitting at the back, and the next thing, the car was full of smoke, and we were wondering whether it was going to burst into flames or something of that sort. Now there were people shouting, "Open, open," but after an accident, like everything has frozen. Then somebody, of course, opened the door and out we came. But man, the guy driving the truck also seems to be in a hurry or something. So, we are thankful for God for life, and I'll be bringing you and updating you on where I'll be going. I wonder how we're going to survive in this forest of theirs. And before I forget, everybody survived with just slight bruises, in case you were asking. So the plan now is to be on top of this truck until the Nile, then I can get a car from there and proceed with the journey. Whatever I'm going to do, you will see the content as the day it comes. And well, use every opportune moment to say, why don't you subscribe and see the content I'm going to hunt for. Something like 30 minutes later, we are still on the road, but you can imagine from an accident and sitting on a truck where somebody also drives like a lumpen. This road is weird. You can see cars pass you by and you're like, I don't know what the driver is thinking. So we are at Tingeru. We thought the guy was going to drop us in Jinja, but we realized the guy is going up to Tororo, Malabo, that side, and we said, why not? We are going to go until Nakalama, then we branch off. You know, we are in Jinja. Most of you have wanted to see the bridge. I'm going to show you. And as much as the tell us is illegal, but I've seen drone footage of that bridge. You know, with Ugandan guys, and let me not say that. Let's continue and you see what you have to see. The problem is bragging and reaching there the lights are off. I thought it would be nice if the lights are on, but how can I know? Let's reach there and then see. It looks fantastic. It's a little distance from moving on. We are opposite the breweries, and believe me, for those the people who know the smell. Not the people who smell the smell, but the people who know the smell. The smell at night is in the air. And the problem with some of you people, you only think there is only jam in Kampala. You can see for yourself. It is now a perennial problem everywhere you go. We have gone through, it seems they put on basic lights on these normal days. They are conserving power for you people to enjoy at your home, so they cannot keep it lighting all the time. So whatever you have seen Yeah, that is it. So we are passing the northern bypass of Jinja. So imagine those days when we used to pass through town. Of course, they helped by making up this bypass, which simplifies the whole process. Now you people, this guy can drive. You would think you're in a smaller car. Well, now that we have slowed down, I can tell you a little bit more. I heard the story was there were two trailers actually. There was a trailer was overtaking in that spot, and you know there have been repairs going on the road, and the other trailer was trying to dodge the other one, and we had the task of being saddled in the wrong place behind this other one who was dodging the other one. But after the bang, you couldn't imagine the silence in the car. Like everybody was frozen, and it took some time to register what had actually happened. So it was until somebody shouted, "Open, open, open," that people began waking up. And the moment they opened the door, people first ran out before remembering they had properties they had left behind. I have a colleague of mine, if he wants to share the story, will tell you of how he forgot his phone and then somebody else picked it for him. Sadly, border guys came, and in as much as some were pretending to help, but we finally discovered they had come to take what had separated from the owners. There was a lady's phone. We were trying to call on the number, and we were trying to assure her that it was in front. You know, when accidents happen, things fly anywhere. But we came to realize one of the so-called helpers came by and probably took it. So that was it. If my colleagues want, I will give them, and they they tell me of the experience. Now, for some of us, I don't know, everybody's built different. Me, when we reach such situations, I just become detached. No emotions. It is not freezing, but totally no emotions. It's like you think about it sometime later, but somebody could look at you and think you are probably not operating, but you're seeing everything, but you're like, it doesn't touch you, it doesn't concern you, you are just in the moment. I don't know if there are people like that, but well. And some of you have been in places where people begin shouting. Somebody screams their head off. Now some of us are just the exact opposite.
I'm one of the colleagues who have been in that vehicle traveling to Mbale. We have got an accident in Mabira Forest, but we are really wanted by God. If God were not with us, I think we could be now dead. really it happened, but we were even surprised because we are not even understanding the situation, how it came to be like that. Otherwise, thanks for the prayers. You have prayed for us. We are still alive, all of us. We know some of us we are injured, but God has left for us our lives. So that is it.
My name is Hussein. I'm one of those guys who were in the accident in Mabira. So suddenly, for me, I was sitting at the last row of the taxi. Then we had there were two trailers. One overrided us, was overtaking, came in front of us. Then the certain trailer in front of our taxi crashed. Then we knocked. But hopeful, no one has got any problem, except of some minor injuries to some colleagues of us. But Allah has helped us, we are good. And man, I've never seen such a situations before. But I know as time you grow up, because I'm just 19 years.
You have heard them speak. Even the Bible says, is it two or three witnesses? Yeah, I have the witnesses I needed. So there we are. We are now reaching Bugembe. Is it Bugembe? Yeah, we are on that car. We are about to reach the stadium. We are still at the back of our truck and we are moving along nicely. That's a good thing of sometimes traveling, as you can say, man, because you jump on anything as long as you get there. You can imagine if you wow. Well, we are making good time. I hope I'll be showing you along the way as we move. You can imagine you're in a car accident and it is a car that removes you from the place that you have had a car accident. That's how life is. It's 10 minutes past 8. We had done a temporary stop here. And well, there is this pimped up car. I hope the Nairobi madness has not come to Uganda. With I don't mind the lights, but I mind the sound, and these guys get music and they blast it like they want to kill you. 20 minutes later, we are in Magamaga, which is something like Staga, I don't know. But I'll one day come here. There is a trade that happens in this place. I'll come here one day and I shoot a video for you guys and you'll see what happens around here. Very interesting stuff. So from here we are heading to Iganga. Yeah, we are heading to Iganga. So now we are in Iganga, but when you're on these highways, you witness so many different things. I mean, you look at the sort of driving that happens on this road and you just know why we have very stupid accidents. People who drive, who want to overtake on solid lines. in corners. I mean, generally when you look at it, the bigger the car, the worse, I will not even say worse, the behavior, the driving behavior, but the worse it is to give the gravity it deserves. Wow, some distance to go. Show you part of the Uganda town. Of course, the nightlife and the night economy booms. And as for you, you're working during the day, others are working during the night. We are all hunting for money, 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 money. Apparently, I spoke Iganga too early, but just imagine what we are going through. Traumatized, but again, the accelerator on these things seems to be too sweet for somebody. So, wow. And the car wind up here, they call it the wind that drinks you. You feel it. You people, do you have any crazy story you have had during a travel somewhere and you want to share? Dump it there in the comment section. Man, that is part of life. Ned is cold, eh? Goodness me. Along these roads are places for mostly they're called trailer guys who drive trailers, and there are girls by the side of the roads who usually welcome them to keep them warm. If you know what I'm talking about. So for some of you who wonder how that happens, I think it is the cold sometimes. We are now stuck in a jam of trailers. For those of you who may not know, this is the lifeline of Uganda, this highway. Why they have never thought about having alternative routes is beyond my understanding, because if anything happens to this route, I don't know, Uganda will sneeze. So we have trailers and you can guess they are headed for the border. I don't know what is holding up traffic, but man, they seem to be a lot. Other drivers just risk it all and they go by the side. So a two-way turns into something like a four-way where there are three from one direction going the other side, and the other side is close to the outer side of the road, and there is our highway. Our highways are flexible. The lanes can be created when the need arises, like for now. So I think we can call that steady progress. I'm tired of you people calling me EP. So a cane truck is the one that died on the road, and it has led to all that confusion, where now you do not have a right side or wrong side as long as you can get away and move. Of course, the trailers and the trucks also move at this time, and the sugarcane trucks also move at the same time, and they are well known for being in a very poor mechanical condition. So thankfully we are continuing. Whew. That was tight. And the delay has forced our man to press the metal on the floor. He's flooring it like there is no tomorrow. For you people who are traumatized about accidents, you sort yourself. If you want, you get off and you sleep in a forest, or you hang on for dear life and hope you reach well. That's why when you're leaving home and they tell you fika salama, don't take it for granted. You cannot be sure if you will reach or not, or how you will reach. My plan was to get a taxi in the back and reach. Here I am on the back of a truck. And the funny thing with the cars that go to Mbale, you pay in the park. So when the accident happens, technically they are supposed to call another taxi to pick you up. But now just imagine you are in Mabira until 7 p.m. Will you wait for the taxi to come and pick you, or you arrange other alternative means? I took the alternative means. So apparently, I rushed to say we were in Uganda like 10 kilometers back. You can you can forgive me. For those of you who travel at night, you know how sometimes, yeah, no excuse in this age of Google Maps. But what can I do? But the main choice why we decided to remain with this car was the taxis we're going to pick along the road are these taxis that are not from the park. And one thing common with them is that they stop at every point. They are ever looking for customers everywhere and anywhere. By the time you reach, you have made 1,000 pit stops for customers or anything. A guy sees somebody walking by the road, they want to stop. So that's why we decided to do it this, I don't know how you can call this, ninja style kind of journey. But believe me, we are going to reach much faster than if we had used a taxi. It is cold. The wind has drunken us, but at least we are getting there. You can imagine all of us have been debating of where we actually are. Don't just blame me. We are many here. So, traveling at night is like that. So finally, after many promises, we are in Uganda. We are getting out of Uganda. Whew, at least this side we expect not so much jams. Yeah, we can expect our man to keep that leg on that metro. Well, as long as we reach safely. So we are about to arrive at Nakalama. That's where we branch off from that route. That's Tumbale. Just in front, we are going to part ways with this man. He has done a good job. He has delivered us, regardless of. Yeah, we are not complaining. To knock a border guy for him who doesn't see indicators. We're going to have another one. Ah, goodness me. Okay, so in the car we are getting off. Then in the car we shall get a taxi. Since it's at night, we don't expect them to stop a lot. But I want to vlog in the taxi. Let's meet where we stop. That was our transport. Again, we are entering a truck. We are entering a truck. It has been a good, interesting night. What do you guys think? Anyway, I hope we reach well. This is I don't know which phase of the journey, whatever. Let me shut up and we go. So it is 5 more minutes before it hits midnight, and I'm here in Budaka town. Well, the second guy was a lot slower, but he knew where the potholes and where the bumps were, so no regrets. It was a good experience. The moment we hit and left Nakalama, you could see the drastic shift in the number of cars. Of course, the highway that has priority can speak for itself. So it has been a slow journey, but we are finally here. We are thankful to God for life, you know. I mean, how many have perished today in as much as we survived this? What I'm coming to do, maybe you will know someday. But if you want to know, you can subscribe and you discover a little more of what I will be doing this side. And lastly, this time we're in the car, and this goes to the men. Please, men, do something about dental health. Because I reached there and I thought somebody's shoes, I thought somebody was making airs from the other side. Then certain things clicked and I realized where the problem was. Dear men, I'll speak to the men because I'm a man. You cannot just leave it like that. Do something. Now, let's meet in the next video. Bye.